Hello, friends. I don't know about you, but I love spending time in the garden. I have two favorite seasons. First one, squishy apple season. It's the best. But it takes a long time to get there. Okay, it's only one time a year, really. So, and we are approaching that now, although we have a little time to go. And, my runner-up second favorite season is gardening season. Because there are lots of bugs and delicious things in the garden to eat while you're waiting for your squishy vegetables. And so I was out making the rounds to my gardens, watching my gardens grow, seeing what good things there were to eat, and making my way through the bugs and other things I like to eat, the food I like to eat before I like to eat it. And, if they're delicious, why not, right? Definitely take advantage of the full garden season. That's what I say. Anyway, so I'm making the rounds last night, watching my gardens, and munching my way through one. Had a bunch of slugs and snails and delicious crunchy bugs. So I had eaten all the snails except this one last one, and I was going to eat him when suddenly he looks up at me and says, "Please don't eat me." And I look down at him, I say, "Why wouldn't I eat you? You look delicious." He says, "I have hopes and dreams. I really want to live." And I say to him, "Well, tell me about your hopes and dreams. Let's hear if this is worth it." I never actually had a conversation with my food too many times, so, let's see what you got. Let me have your pitch, little snail. And he says to me, "I want to travel. I want to visit all the gardens. There are so many delicious things to eat. I would be a great eater. I could be a huge snail one day. Maybe I could have lots of snail babies, start a family, live a good life. And I also want to travel. I've always wanted to hitch a ride and go see, magical forests that are full of food that I've heard about, that are tales among our people. We believe in this, and someday I want to go and see for myself." And I said to him, "Well, that's an interesting story. I don't think it's very compelling for me not to eat you. You do look very delicious." And he says to me, "You wouldn't eat someone with a name, would you?" And I said, I never really thought about that. I never really asked their names." And he says, "My name is Kevin. Please don't eat me now. You know my name. You wouldn't eat a Kevin, would you?" And I said, I never considered that. No one's ever told me their name before I ate them. That's an interesting argument, Kevin. I hadn't actually thought of that. But I appreciate you sharing all your hopes and dreams." And he says to me, "Oh, thank you so much, Big Opossum. I'm so glad we had this conversation. Maybe we see each other around. And I really appreciate this chance to live." And I said to him, "Oh, is that what we're doing here? That's delicious. I think you're very sweet, Kevin." And I picked him up and I put him in my mouth. And you know what? Kevin was as sweet as I thought he would be. He was very sweet and juicy with a nice crispy shell. And let me tell you, now I really want to get to know all my food, because it's important to know your food, okay? I never really knew this. I mean, I guess I did instinctually, but I never thought to ask their names or their hopes and dreams and really get an idea of just how sweet and juicy they could be. So my advice to you, especially if you love to garden, is know your food. Know where it came from. Maybe even get to know it so you know its name. You might have some Kevins out there waiting for you, and you really can get to know just how sweet Kevin is. But you never know until you talk to him before you eat him. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Bye!